We are surrounded on all sides, above and below, within and without, by love, protection, divinity, and magic. The circle is cast, and so it is. Hello. My name is Chubb. My pronouns are they, them, and this is Phasecraft Collective, your weekly check-in with the tarot to get the vibes, to see what the energy is, to see what is available for all of us for the week to come. Whew, boy. I know, and I said this last week, it's like every week I'm like, and it's a wacky one. It's just a wacky one. I don't need to keep saying that. We all know that we're just doing our best to get through each and every day, surviving, and maybe even thriving if we play our cards right. But for now, I just have such a feeling that we're going to have more cards about community, about coming together. If you've been paying attention to all of the readings up to this point since November-ish, a little before, we've had the same themes. And sometimes when we get a lot of repeat messages in tarot, it can be frustrating. Like, okay, like we get it. Now what? But sometimes it can just be this direction of focus. Like, yeah, we check in with the cards every week for the collective energy. And so that means that, wow, we're going through a lot of the same things over and over again in different ways, but it's all fairly the same. The same messages are going to keep coming up as encouragement, as grounding, to say, hey, remember, this is how we navigate this. And, I mean, talking about tarot, talking about reading tarot, talking about how to figure out how to read and navigate tarot cards, registration is open for my course, my spring 2025 iteration of Tarotcraft, my Learn the Tarot course. Early bird pricing is available until March 1st. So you have just under 2 weeks to get in. If you want to sign up for the full course, it's $333 until March 1st, and then it goes up to $444. That includes all 6 live classes. That includes 2 bonus pre-recorded classes. That includes Discord access, open office or hours, and a one-on-one coaching and question session with me. So that is so much for $333. That's available, and you can get on a payment plan as well. I have payment plans available. You just need to shoot me an email to get that set up, and then as soon as your first payment is made, your spot in class is held. You can also sign up for individual classes. So if you don't want to do, or you can't do all, like, the full thing, then you can just sign up for individual ones. Or if you're like, I'm feeling good about the tarot, but I would love to learn more about history, great, sign up for the History of Tarot class. Or I want more help being able to decipher the court cards, great, sign up for the court cards class. Or I want to learn more about using numerology and symbolism and the elements to interpret the cards versus the meanings that I already know, great, sign up for that class. So you can get in on any one of those classes. The first one is April 3rd, April 8th. I think it's April 8th through May 3rd. One of those two. The first class is the first week of April. It's on a Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Time. All the classes will be Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. So it's just been restructured. So instead of 4 3-hour classes, it is 6 2-hour classes. Again, plus those 2 bonus classes. This is going to give us so much more time to go in depth with at all of the cards. Until this iteration, Tarotcraft has only gone in depth with the majors and the court cards, and then we've just gone over interpretation methods for the minors. But in this iteration, we will be going like through every single card and discussing and looking at the different interpretations of them from different traditions, and how those interpretations have changed over time. So I love Tarotcraft. It's like my favorite thing that I do. I love giving tarot readings too, obviously. But this will be its 4th pass, and it's new and improved format, and I'm just really excited about it. So you should come. Link will be in the episode description as always. That was really loud. Okay, but let's get started. Let's get to the message of the week. So I'm using my Twin Peaks tarot deck, the Magician Longs to See tarot deck that I paid a lot of money for. It's been my holy grail deck for years, and then after David Lynch died, I found one and I bought it because that's the thing, they were super limited run, and nobody ever sells theirs, so I was so excited to find one, so I had to get it, and it has been what I've been using for my personal daily pulls since I've gotten it, so now I'm here to share it all with you. Anyway, let's set our container. So if this is your first time with me, we always begin by taking a few minutes to breathe and set our container, cast our circle, to make sure that we are fully ready and present to receive the messages that are here for us. So if you'd like, you can join me in closing your eyes. Just take a couple of breaths. Feel your shoulders rising and falling, your rib cage expanding and softening. And feel your breath traveling down your body, settling into wherever you are connected with the earth below you. Whether that's your feet on the floor, your seat in a chair, or your back on a bed if you're lying down. Let your breath show you an awareness of that point where you are connected and held by the earth. And here I'm going to call to the spirits and guardians of the elements, and as I name them, I invite you to imagine their force, their essence, creating or erecting a protective circle around you. You might see a ring of fire igniting, smoke swirling up and creating a force field. Maybe the ground opens up and fills with water. Maybe salt pours from an invisible hand. Maybe stones or flowers or mushrooms rise up out of the earth. Maybe you see something else altogether. Whatever comes to mind is yours. I call to the spirits and guardians of the north, of earth, of the deepest roots and the tallest trees, of the stardust that gave shape to this planet and to our bones. Hail and welcome. I call to the spirits and guardians of the east, of air, of wind and breath, of thought and change. Hail and welcome. I call to the spirits and guardians of the south, of fire, the life-giving sun, the powers of creation and destruction, cleansing and renewal. Hail and welcome. And I call to the spirits and guardians of the west, of water, of the oceans and our blood, the rivers and our sweat, the rain and our tears. Hail and welcome. We are surrounded on all sides, above and below, within and without, by love, protection, divinity, and magic. The circle is cast, and so it is. You can take a couple more breaths, and whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. I forgot to mention, I'm recording this literally 20 minutes before it's time to feed my cats, and Taco, as soon as I finished casting the circle, Taco appeared outside the door and started yelling, and then my partner, I just heard him accosting her gently. So if there's cat noises, if there's an ephemeral voice floating in from somewhere else, that's just my cats begging for food as if they've never been fed in their lives, and my partner trying to keep them away from the door to give me space for this reading. But let's shuffle and see what there is to say right away. Wheel of Fortune. Whoa. Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. Oh my gosh. What a start. Just jumping right out with the good stuff. I pulled Wheel of Fortune for myself today too. I love the Fool as an entrance to this energy of this week. The Seven of Wands. Okay, there's a vibe here. There's a vibe. The Fool. It's that beacon of hope. It's that beacon of knowing. Seven of Swords. Seven of Wands and Seven of Swords. Didn't we get that last week or the week before too? That combo. That's funny. And Seven of Cups. All right. 777. I feel like that means David Lynch is personally here to deliver this message for some reason. I should have called to him specifically. But also, well, I don't know. I was going to say, I usually say, like, with the recently passed, it's best to, like, give them time on the other side to figure out what they need. But something tells me that David Lynch already knows what's up, and he's already good. He's already ready to be fully present as ancestor. Transcendental meditation will do that for you. Okay, this is a big group, so I'm going to call this good. Okay, yeah. Okay, so as I mentioned, we start with the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool, and then we have like 777, which is my favorite thing in the world. But let's start here. There's a lot that is out of your control right now. There's a lot that's out of all of our control right now. Wow, the sun is really like coming in hot. Even though there is a lot that you cannot handle, or not handle, but even though there's a lot that is out of your control, there is so much that you can control directly, like the immediate things that you do every single day to keep your life, to keep your wheel turning, to keep your hope alive. And that is exactly what this is. Yes, things might feel a little spinning out of control. That wasn't a real sentence. Things might feel like they're spinning out of control right now. Things might feel like you can't get a good handle. You can't stop for a moment and just like see what's up. But what you can do is every day find the smaller things that you can impact, that you can directly have a hand in to, again, keep your hope alive. Keep the hope alive has been the theme, right? And with the Fool, look at that sunbeam shining right down on Andy there. Even when you don't have control over the situation, you do have hope if you allow yourself to feel it. And all you have to do is lean into that, is light it up, is find those moments of joy and light and sunshine in every day. And even though that might not fully stop the wheel from turning, it may show you all the ways in which it is going right. Which you're like, whoa, child, literally nothing is going right now. Some things are going right. If you pay attention, a lot of things that have been announced, that have been intended to happen are not actually happening. So where can you find that hope? Where can you find your light? Where can you find that dedication to having an open heart? This is such, I'm again, just like leading with this energy feels so promising. It feels so much like this nod of, yes, wait and see. And as you wait and see, take action to bring light in for yourself and for those around you. But the self is very present again because we have 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups. There is this element of like, especially with the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. I've talked about it before. Not deceiving yourself. Not ignoring things. That's not what, like, with that energy of the Fool, of like finding the hope, finding the light that I was just talking about, we're not ignoring what's happening. We are choosing how we respond to it. And with the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Swords, it is this reminder that there will always be things that we cannot see. And it is often by our own doing that we prevent ourselves from seeing the full truth of a situation. And sometimes we need to move forward without all of the information. Sometimes we need to make choices that serve ourselves more than they serve collective. And sometimes that makes us feel like we're doing something wrong or bad or sneaky. But as long as you're aware and you know why you are acting in your own best interest, and you have a plan to make it worthwhile, then you can start to break down all of the other things that are presenting themselves, either to you or to us as a collective. And you can start to move and see past them. This 7 of Cups is that energy of like lots of things happening, lots of things presenting themselves, lots of options. I don't want to say opportunities, but just like lots going on by design to keep you confused, to keep you from seeing the ways in which you can fight back and take action. And we talk a lot about community in this podcast, in general, on the internet, and you still have to care for yourself. You still have to make choices and do things that you don't tell people about for your safety and maybe for their own. So as you continue to hear things, as you continue to observe and absorb everything that is happening, how can you pull back? How can you pull yourself out enough to make the choices that keep you grounded and focused on, again, what you can do, how you can move forward, the things that you can manipulate and change every single day. So yeah, the focus moving a little bit from community to the self this week. That's kind of wild. I also think that's interesting because we're moving into Pisces season, like tomorrow, which we do have the Queen of Cups and the 10 of Cups. So that feels very relevant. And I mean, Pisces feels deeply. Pisces has a lot of that like caring energy, but it's also, and I can say this because I am a Pisces, it is a little like, I don't want to say self-absorbed, but like, or self-obsessed, but just like it's self-awareness, almost to the point where awareness of other things gets lost. Depending, of course, on like lots of other factors, lots of other things about your chart, about the energy, right? And I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, but because of the water signs, like Cancer is the one that is more aligned with like caring for collective, caring for lots of people, right? And Pisces is a lot more internal and like deep depths. And yeah, can be a little, I mean, we also get flack for being like flaky and like, it's fine. Again, don't really know exactly where I was going with that, but basically all I'm saying is it's okay to focus on yourself and your needs and your own coping, as long as it's healthy. We're coping, but we're not ignoring. We are in touch with the internal. We're getting in touch with the internal and like being real about our own intentions. That's where I'm at. So then, yeah, because we also have the 10 of Wands, the 5 of Swords. I feel like a 5 of Wands or a 5 of Swords is going to be present literally every week for like the rest of our lives, maybe. Yeah. Putting shit down and recognizing where you just need to walk away. Even if it doesn't feel right. Even if it doesn't feel resolved. Even if you leave things unfinished. It's time to like prioritize. Prioritize where you're giving your attention, who you're giving your attention to, how you are engaging with other people, what you are taking on that does not belong to you, all of those things. Like, it's really time to let stuff go. And again, let stuff go even if it is unfinished, even if there is no resolution available, even if you feel like there's more work to do, but like continuing in the way that you are is blocking you from being able to see possibility. Just put it down, walk away. Put it down, walk away. And if you're meant to come back to it, you will. But right now, you just need to let things lie and focus in on what you can sustainably do. Because trying to do everything is not sustainable and will lead to dissatisfaction and discord, and not the fun discord where we chat with all of our friends, discord like conflict, right? So, yeah, just stop. Take time this week to pause and reflect, because then you leave space for intention and inspiration to really come in. If you pause, if you reflect, if you open space in your mind, I mean, we have this is the 8 of Wands, and we also have the 10 of Cups, like I said, and the Queen of Cups. If you leave space for inspiration and ideas and motivation to come in, it will. If you are clouding up your mind, if you are making choices by, just trying to like pile on your schedule as much as possible to distract yourself or to feel like you are doing something, then the overwhelm will just take over rather than the inspiration. So we're putting things down. We're leaving them be. We're finding the ways that we actually feel activated and inspired, because by making space, by pausing and leaving time and mental capacity open, then that is when the possibility for a better, brighter future really becomes apparent. Keep your eyes, ears, heart, mind, channels open this week and listen for the messages, ideas, impulses, whatever it is that speaks to you, that give you that hope, that make you feel like it is possible for that brighter future to come, because it is possible. Even when it feels like it isn't, making the choices again, to keep the hope alive is how you keep moving forward. It's how you find the strength to step one foot in front of the other. So then we're finishing, right, with the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. I really like this combination. I think the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords is that reminder to really lean in both with the heart, the intuition, listening to your dreams, listening to your joy, and knowing when decisions need to be made, when logic needs to be utilized, while still remaining open and curious and willing to learn as you go. The knowledge that you have, the knowledge and the experience that you have will always be with you. And yes, it makes you mature and an expert in a lot of areas. It makes you able to handle a lot of things. The life experience that you have that has helped you figure out how to make choices to get to where you are now, how to care for yourself, how to express your emotions, and how to lean into your inner knowing, hopefully, is what gives you the basis to then open your mind and learn new things. Just because you have some knowledge does not mean that you have all. But it does mean that you have the capacity to learn and gain new insights. This is also like the Pentacles will always be this reminder that like things will take time. You are going to have to learn how to operate in different ways by using your intuition, your logic and knowledge to help you, not as, I don't want to say an excuse, but do not lean on where you feel equipped to keep yourself from gaining more readiness to move forward. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Once again, a lot of times I just open my mouth and let things come out and don't always know what I'm saying. But hopefully, yeah, hopefully it does make sense. Ace of Pentacles. Even though there's a lot of hard things going on, keep your eyes and your heart open this week so that you don't miss the opportunities for change and growth that present themselves, because they will. Now, opportunities for change and growth, that doesn't necessarily mean that like you're going to like get your dream job offer. That doesn't necessarily mean that like you close on your house or like you get just this sudden influx of cash. Opportunities to grow and expand often present themselves as challenges. So as things come in this week that are challenging, see if you can reframe them as that opportunity. See if you can recognize them for what they can offer your spirit, your knowledge, and your ability to cultivate resilience. Yeah, that's it. That's the message. I like it. I think that's a good one. I like these cards. I think they're good cards. Yeah, I was looking to see if there was anything. Yeah, if you have not seen The Return, then this imagery might not mean much to you. So go watch Twin Peaks: The Return, or if you've never seen Twin Peaks, maybe go see Twin Peaks watch it. You don't have to go anywhere to see it. Watch Twin Peaks this week, or any other David Lynch property, because you might find it expanding your mind a little bit, or just making you think and leaving you confused, which is honestly some of the best expansion action you can take. Okay, let's close the circle. So you can once again join me in closing your eyes, taking a couple of breaths, reimagining your circle of elemental protection around you, whether it's smoke or fire or salt or water or stone or plants. Take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, the circle releases, dissipating air, scattering salt, extinguishing fire, sending water, plants, stones sinking back into the earth, opening the circle and releasing the energy. I send the energy of all those watching and listening back to them whole, complete, and intact. And I take my energy back to myself whole, complete, and intact. May we remain friends, though our energies are no longer crossed, corded, or tangled at all, starting now. Take a breath, feel your energy settle into you, all yours. The circle is open, and so it is. Cool. All right, y'all. That is it for this week. Thank you so much for being here with me and David Lynch. Phasecraft starts in April, which I know sounds far away, but like it'll be here before we know it. This Thursday is also the final class in my winter series, Magical Tarot, using tarot in spellwork. I'm really excited. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of tarot and spellwork and like ceremonial magic, which means we'll be talking about my favorite boys club to hate, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. If you know, you know. And then we'll just be talking about like what using tarot in spellwork looks like and how to use tarot as an introduction to spellwork, if that is interesting to you. Then of course my Patreon is open and available, and you can join. The link in the episode description. There's a few different tiers to choose from. Our first, for $11 tier and up, you get a monthly Q&A session with me, live Q&A as a group. And the first one is this Saturday. So if you join before Saturday, you get to come to the Q&A session. The Manifest and Divinity tiers will also be getting a full moon ritual replay, it's late, but that's fine. And a winter magic class in the next couple of weeks uploaded there. So there's a lot of fun content coming out there. You get weekly check-ins about my personal witchcraft practice, if that's interesting to you. So Patreon is a fun time. You should come hang out on Patreon. And then you get Discord access too. Okay, I'll stop talking to you. I was just shuffling mindlessly and a card did fall off, so let's just see what it is. The King of Cups. Just there to support his queen. Reminding you, this is like that grounded emotional intelligence. So even when things feel overwhelming, remember to breathe, remember to center, remember to dig in and see what your knowledge and your earthly being can tell you. Okay, I'm actually going to stop talking now. I'll either see you on Thursday for Magical Tarot, or I will see you next week.